Welcome back, everyone. Next, we have Uxin Limited. It trades on the NASDAQ under the symbol UXIN, and it's China's leading used car retailer, pioneering industry transformation and advanced production, new retail experiences, and digital empowerment while offering high quality and value for money vehicles, as well as superior after-sales services through a reliable, one-stop, and hassle-free transaction experience. Happy to welcome CFO Feng Lin. Welcome. How are you today, John? Nice to see you.
Good. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Yeah.
Great. The floor is yours.
Good. Thanks. Okay. First, thank you everyone for joining this session to learn about Uxin. So we are China's leading used car retailer, and ever since the first day of our founding, we have been focusing on transforming and upgrade China's used car industry with technology and digital innovation. And our goal is to become the world's largest and the most trusted used car retailer. I think only companies in the US or China can achieve that goal. And to my personal knowledge, I think in China, Uxin is the only used car retailer that has the capabilities and potential to achieve that goal. So we spent a lot of time, we focus on the customer experiences, and we offer the best quality cars and services to our customers. We would only sell cars that we would recommend to our own family and friends. So let me talk about the overall used car industry in China. So the total vehicle ownership in China has already reached 350 million units. And on top of that, every year, about 13 million new car sales will be on top of that. Okay, but compared to US, the used car industry is far from mature. So in US, every year the used car transaction volume is more than 2 times of the new car sales. However, in China, the used car sales is only 60% of new car sales. So naturally, if you believe China's used car market will eventually be similar to the US, then there is 4 to 5 times growth potential for this industry. And we see in the past 10 years, the annual growth rate is around 11%, and for the next 10 years, it'll be similarly 10%. But that being said, Uxin is cutting the current market share, so our growth will be much higher. And in 2024, our retail growth is over 130%. So what's the current market like? On left side is a very typical traditional used car marketplace where you can find maybe around 1,000 units belonging to around 100 small dealers. Okay, if you want to buy, say, BMW 3, you need to go every corner, talk to people, check the price, check the quality, and in the end, you probably still don't find an ideal car. So we describe this as a bazaar market. So how will this industry evolve? We believe there are 2 paths. One is online route, the online sales way, and as you can see, similar to Amazon or Carvana in the United States. And the other upgrade path is offline, and to transform from a bazaar market to a supermarket, and eventually to a warehouse type superstores, similarly to Costco or CarMax. Okay, and Uxin is actually doing both online and offline. So our business model is more like a combination of both CarMax and Carvana. So to give you some examples of our current superstore, so this is the Hefei Superstore, which is our flagship store. Its floor size is more than 60 football fields. Okay, it can host up to 10,000 cars, and every store has a reconditioning factory built alongside, and it can inspect and recondition 8,000 cars a month or 100,000 cars a year. And this is our Xi'an Superstore, with Xi'an is the capital city of Shanxi province. This store is very important because it's our replicable model, and which one we replicate across China. The floor size, well, it can host up to 3,000 cars, and it has a matching air conditioning factory with a matching capacity about 40,000 cars per year. Okay, and this store, Xi'an store, operates very well and give us a lot of confidence to expand all over China. And in 2025, we plan to open 3 new stores, superstores, in China. The first one is in Wuhan City, and it was opened in March 2025. As you can see, it's very similar to Xi'an store, can hold up to 3,000 cars. Our operation so far is actually better than what we expected. Okay, and we plan another 2 stores later this year. One is will be in Zhengzhou, the capital city of Henan province, the province with the #1 largest population in China, and another one in Jinan City, which is the capital city of Shandong province. So for areas where we don't have a physical superstores, say from Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, if customer wants to buy from us, they can easily shop from our apps on mobile phone apps. Okay, the same car display both offline and online. They can buy the car, buy all the value-added services from us. The only difference is they need to pay shipping. The shipping cost is generally between $150 to $300. Okay, then we would deliver ship to your door. Okay, so that's our business model. So compared to those small dealers all over China, what's our advantages? I think the first one is our overwhelming better shopping experience. Okay, and second one is, since we have the most advanced factory in China, our car quality is guaranteed and operation efficiency is much better and the cost is much lower. And third one is our end-to-end data-driven management system. I think we are the only one in China that has built that entire digitized system. This is the foundation for cross-region replication expansion. Okay, the last but not least, since we may be the only used car retailer in China that can leverage inventory financing. So we have financial leverage and our capital return is much higher than a traditional small dealers. Okay, so this is a picture of our whole shopping experience. We call it one-stop hassle-free. So from the first site, customer visiting us, we carefully design a trust credit enhancing process. The first site is seeing us, they see us, they know we cannot run away. When they tour around our showroom, they know the showrooms are clean and tidy, even the restrooms are clean and tidy, and our staffs are very welcoming and hospitable. So they're like consulting style, telling every aspects of the used car. So it's very easy. The company feel very easy in the environment. So if they make their purchasing decision, then they can place the order on our app. They can wait. They relax in the customer resting area, enjoy a cup of coffee, and at the same time shop our value-added services like financing, insurance, accessories, warranties, etc. And every store of us, we have a DMV on site. The customer can have their car title transferred within the same day. If they do it outside, they need to wait for 3 days, pay much higher, and spend maybe half of the day running under the sun too. So, from beginning to end, so our services is much better. Our experience is much better compared to a traditional marketplace. So, what's the outcome of our shopping experience? Okay, for our superstores in Xi'an or Hefei, they already become the used car buying destinations. Okay, so we track the customers' purchasing behavior after they visit us in store. So if say 100, if 100 customers have visited us in 3 months, about 40% plus will buy from Uxin. About 30% will buy a new car. About 25% will not buy any car. Only less than 5% will buy from other used car dealers. So this high sales conversion rate gives us solid confidence of our model. Okay. If a customer of the region, if a customer in the region wants to buy a car, as long as they know us, they come to visit us, then we win 40 to 50%. So what's the high sales conversion also drives fast sales turnover. So China's average sales turnover, the used car sales turnover, is around 55 days in 2024. And for Uxin in 2024, our sales turnover days is around 30 days or less. Okay. And another advantage of our shopping superstore shopping experience is that we have more revenue streams compared to traditional small dealers. A traditional dealer can make money from price spread plus the financing rebates overall. But for Uxin, on top of price spread, our value add services include logistics, financing, insurance, accessories, extended warranty, maintenance, repairs. That give us many more revenue streams compared to small dealers. Our take rate in 2024 is totally 11.5%, and we expect that to be 15% in the midterm. And actually, Xi'an Superstore has already achieved it early this year. So the second advantage is our factory. Our factory designed, every work is done in parallel. Okay, every car when it enters the factory, it has a customized recondition plan. Okay, we can do mechanics, the then repair, painting, detailing at the same time. Okay, and we applied many smart repair technologies. For example, if a windshield is cracked by a small stone, when we buy the car, we may ask, say, $1,000 less. However, when we repair it, it takes us maybe $10 to $20. Okay, and also our factory is meet the highest eco standards. Our factory is actually on the China's National Green Island Project list. So make sure that it's totally eco-friendly. And all the cars, on the right side, you can see it's a demonstration we take from our apps. So on our apps, you can easily see that all the cars can be reconditioned to a status like that. And behind the factory, we have spent a lot of time building the systems. We call it transparent factory system. And for the operation result, okay, from entering the factory from when we purchase a vehicle, acquire a vehicle, and then we send it to the factory and then to listing. It took us about 14 days back in 2021 when we outsourced all the reconditioning. Okay, but in 2024, where we have fully in-house reconditioning, it takes us less than 3 days on average. So the efficiency improved dramatically, and it also gives us a big cost advantage. So for same quality reconditioning per car in US, our counterparties, it costs them over $1,500. In China, average, if we outsource the work, it takes us $450. But since Uxin do the reconditioning in-house, it takes us less than $150. The third advantage is our digital end-to-end digital system. So there are a lot of information here, but as I said earlier, it's a complicated process, and I think in China, only Uxin has built a standardized process, digitized systems that from end to end. And as I said earlier, this is foundation for expand nationwide. One big important application is on the pricing. Our, our AI pricing system actually gives us a big edge over the traditional dealers. So what's the most precious data in the business? Is the actual transaction price. How much is the car actually sold? So you only know it when you sell it yourself. It's very hard to get a real data from outside. So for Uxin, for regions where we have superstores, since our market share is very high, we generally achieved more around 10 to 15% already of local market share in Xi'an and Hefei. So our data is big enough for make a decision, pricing decision. But for nationwide online business, I think our data is not sufficient yet. So we also leverage outside data. There are about, I'd say, right now there are about like 600,000 used cars listing on the internet in China. Our data cleaning will finds around like 200,000 of them are scams or phishing posts. So we for the rest 400,000 units listed online, we gave them a competitiveness score from 1 to 10, with 10 is the highest, and we price our cars at a range at a score around 7 to 8, which is good enough for a customer to contact us, visit us, and as you know, if they visit us, there's a 40 to 50 sales conversion rate. So the last advantage, but not least, is we use inventory financing. Okay, say for a car, if we buy it for 15,000, only 5,000 is out of our own pocket, about 10,000 from the financial institutions. So our high sales operation efficiency plus the financial leverage. So for a mature store, the annual capital return is more than 50%. Compared to a small dealer, their annual return is generally between 15 to 20%. So given all the advantages, what's the actual performance? So as you can see from top right, from quarter 2 2024, we began to build up inventory. And for the year 2024, our retail growth is more than 130%. And our guidance for 2025 is the retail growth will be more than 100%. We have full confidence of achieving that. As you can see from our Q1 result, the retail growth is around 140%, and we hope the momentum will continue for the rest of the year. And at the same time, our profitability improved significantly. For Q4 in 2024, we achieved positive EBITDA for the first time, and our guidance for 2025 is we hope to achieve full year positive adjusted EBITDA, and we are heading steadily toward that goal. For our future expansion, as you can see from left, for the top 20 cities in China by vehicle ownership, we have already entered 5 of them, and we will enter 5 of them by the end of the year 2025, and we plan to enter another 5 for 2026 and another 7 to 8 in 2027. Okay, so in China, we see there are more than 100 cities that we can open the superstore with inventories more than 2,000 units. And our mid to long-term goal is by 2030, we hope we can open around 50 superstores, and we will achieve 1.5 million annual retail sales and more than $15 billion annual revenue. And by 2035, we hope we can open 150 plus superstores with 4 million annual unit sales and more than 40 billion US dollars annual revenue. So as our offline superstores network grow, our online sales will boom along with it as well. So with both our online and offline model, we hope we can achieve our 2035 goal. Okay, that's the material we prepare for today. I think host Anna, we can open for questions. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, John. Yes. Thank you for your presentation. And in the US, we've seen successful publicly listed used cars companies like CarMax and Carvana. So could you share how Uxin's business model compares with theirs and talk about what gives you the confidence that your model can succeed and potentially capture even more market share in China than what these companies have achieved in the US?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think CarMax and Carvana are they are two most very successful used car retailers in the US. And in the US, and we have been closely studying their business model and learn what has made them successful. Compared to them, actually, as I said earlier, Uxin shares more similarities than differences. We are more like a combination of CarMax and Carvana in China. Our offline superstore follow a model similar to CarMax, where our online retail model is more like Carvana. But of course, there are also differences in our model. Compared to CarMax, because China's major cities have larger and denser population. So each of our superstore has inventory capacity of over 2,000 units. So they are much larger than CarMax. As a result, I think our market share in these regions will be higher than CarMax. In fact, in our more established location like Xi'an and Hefei, even with half of our total capacity, we've already reached a local market share of around 10% to 15%. So once we reach full capacity, the market share in those cities is expected to be 25% or higher. So eventually, when we finish national expansion, our market shares will naturally be higher than CarMax. And compared to Carvana, because we have built strong brand recognition and trust from our offline stores, that gave us a clear advantage in both customer acquisition and sales conversion. So as for Xi'an and Hefei, we're already the number one largest retailer, the number one customer reputation. So each store, as I said, has become a used car purchasing destination. And they attract buyers, not just in the city, but also from neighbor cities, even the entire province. So we don't need to spend big on commercials. Customer will come to us. So our customer acquisition costs are much lower. So I think Uxin's online plus offline retail model are more like a combination of CarMax and Carvana in China. And I think it's more tailored to the current state of China's used car market and meet the domestic consumer behavior. So, we have very big confidence as we continue expanding our superstore network and increasing the number of vehicles available online, and that we have big opportunity and potential to consolidate the online market share as well. Okay, that's my answer to the question.
And talk about some potential competitors in China. Who are you keeping your eye on?
Well, in the used car industry, there are different roles. Some companies focus on wholesale, some on platform, some on information services or financing services. But when it comes to nationwide, large-scale used car retailing business, based on my understanding of the industry, I think right now, Uxin is the only company doing that in China. China's used car retail market is extremely fragmented. So when we're seriously talking about who are our competitors, there are actually the 700,000 traditional small and mid-sized used car dealers. Generally, they have around 10 to 20 units, but together they account for about 95 of the transactions in China. So compared to those small dealers, I think our model, both online and offline, is very unique and, as I said, has very significant advantages, as I showed earlier. So our model has both a very strong competitive moat, and we do have a clear first mover advantage. That being said, I don't think used car retailing business is a winner takes all business. We welcome more players who are committed to transform the industry to join, and together we can provide more and better product services to all the consumers across China. So yeah, that's my answer to the question.
Perfect. And so the new energy vehicle sales have been growing rapidly in China. So talk about how Uxin's used NEV, new energy vehicle business, is progressing so far. And compared to traditional fuel vehicles, are there any major differences in profitability or cost structure when it comes to selling used NEVs?
Yeah, that's actually a very hot question we got from other investors. As people see, the growth of new energy vehicle sales in China in the past years have been very impressive. So the new energy vehicle sales are already more than 50% of the total new car sales in China. But overall, the new energy vehicles total ownership is about 25 million in China, which is about 7% of China's total vehicle ownership. So most of them were sold in the past 3 to 5 years. So most of them are not in the circulation cycle yet. So currently, the proportion of Uxin's new energy vehicle sales is between 10 to 15%, which is higher than the market level. Based on our experience, the profitability of the used new energy vehicles is slightly higher than that of the gas cars. So first, their sales turnover rate is higher than the gas cars, so leading to higher price markups. In addition, since new energy vehicles generally don't have issues with engines or transmissions, the reconditioning costs are generally lower compared to gas cars. From the first day of our factory, I think we are fully prepared to support acquisition, reconditioning, sales, and after-sales services of used new energy vehicles. So we've built a new energy vehicle database. We have invested in price monitoring systems, and we applied technologies such as battery assessment, etc. So overall, we believe the proportion of new energy vehicles in our retail business will continue to grow, and we are fully prepared to capture this growth. Yeah, that's my answer to the question.
Perfect. A few questions with the time we have left. Alea asks, how many cars did you move in 2023 and how many did you move in 2024? If you can talk about the gross profit margins on each car.
Yeah, I think if we go back to our slides, I think they're pretty much shown in on slide. And that's easy calculation is our sales turnover days is 30 days. So for example, if we sell 6,000 cars in a quarter, then 2,000 in a month, then our total inventory level is around 2,000, right? So that's an easy calculation. And there's also an easy way to track our actual real-time inventory level, which is download our app and it's displayed right there, our real-time inventory for sale. So you can easily get that. Yeah.
And Jeffrey asks, what's the capital requirement to open a superstore?
Good question. To open a new superstore, the upfront investment we need about $2 million US. Okay, and on top of that, we need capital to build up inventory. Since we use inventory financing, about 70% is financed by the bank, so it takes us about $6 to $7 million on top of that. So totally, it's around say $8 million to $10 million for new superstore. One mature store can support the opening of 1 to 2 new stores, actually. So, the more mature superstores we have, the more we can open using our own money. And if we want to grow faster, we need some financing to support the growth to the opening of the new stores.
Perfect. Well, thank you for your time and presentation today, John. And for everyone watching and interested, it's Uxin Limited on the NASDAQ UXIN. We certainly hope to see you back on the conference again real soon.
Okay. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, everyone, for joining today.
All right,
Thanks.
everyone. We'll be right back.